Okay, back. It's now part 3, I think. It's time for the 4-banger, guys. This is a Margay. It's a 90s Margay. As I said in the video last night, there's no markings anywhere on it. When I talked to Keith, he explained that maybe it was somebody who was working there trying to work his way into fabricating and whatever, welded together a bunch of parts and pieces, maybe even stuff that wasn't the right length, or maybe was notched too short, or something, I don't know. But me and Rich here have gone through this cart. We actually, it was out of whack.
Oh yeah.
The wishbone, the front end was welded all out of whack. So we literally, we cut it and put it back and welded it back together. We put the angle gauge on the spindles, got everything straight, flat, and square. The cart handles like a dream. I mean, This thing is like a slot car. And again, like I said, it's got way too much brakes. But for this little motor that goes 75 maybe,
yeah,
80.
It was fun to drive, man.
Once it gets up and going, it's not so bad. I built this sub-assembly that literally bolts on, right? It comes right back off. It's got a third bearing, and it's cut here, and it's got this chassis clamp or torsion bar clamp from a sprint cart that's holding it together here, and it's bolted here. You could take that whole thing off. If you don't want the flathead, that's cool. I'm really kind of partial to the flathead, to tell you the truth. That's I got another one up top up here. We'll show you that later on. But these came from Pop Reedley, and he's no longer with us. Junior, if you're looking in, how you doing, buddy? We really don't want. We'd like to keep a piece of Reedley racing history out here in China if we can.
Yep.
But if it means you'll play with it, we'll send it down the road, and I think Pops would be pretty excited about that. We modified this a bit. I'll show you for underneath. These pieces of aluminum were here because we got the little mailbox fuel jugs, fuel tanks that we ran because we had a Briggs Animal on the back of this first. It belonged to Bob Kurkowski. It had a really bad vibration. He took it home, put it on his own cart, and sawed it in half, and now it's on a shelf in Cleveland collecting dust. But it'll if you had an Animal or a 206, it'll bolt right on here too. If you don't want to do this at all, and you don't want the motor, I take the motor, I'll leave the back end on. You can take it off yourself, and it ends here. The bumper will go right back into the back of the cart. You'll have to transfer these 2 holes to the chassis. And I think there's whatever we've got going on here, this solid stock here we got the pins in, is all part of this thing here. Or you can put bolts in with the Expando deal. You know how it works, right? So you can mount a 2-stroke motor on either side. The brake mounts are on either side, right? So it is, you run a twin, maybe.
Yeah.
You can make it a twin if you want. You'd have to put the brakes, you'd have to weld something on the middle to put your brakes in the middle, but it's a good solid cart. We actually changed the Nerf bars a little bit. As you can see, they're not symmetrical front to rear like they are on the other cart over there. And we did that because we were going to make pods and put a nose on it. I told Bob that we were going to make the new generation Max Torque Special, right? Like the old, what was the name of that cart? The brand, Bandito. What is it, Bob? The Bandito, not the Bandito. It's a, I'll come up with it later on. But the Max Torque guys helped us out with a clutch and stuff, and to show our appreciation, we were going to put pods. It was going to look like a little Indy car, right? It was going to have the little quarter panels back here, and I got all that stuff is up there. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you later on. We have the models. We just never took the parts off. I have a Man of War stallion nose. It's black. That is the perfect width for this. It's up there inside of that. I don't know if that's a new concept nose or whoever makes it. I have no idea who made that nose. But there's also a Frisbee nose, an old Frisbee nose up inside there as well. Again, that's later on when you start going around on the step ladder showing you all the junk we've got up there for sale too. So everything is rebuilt. All these brakes are in fantastic condition. All the pads were new. When we put the cart together, you can go back to the channel and see how we built this whole cart too. Masters are completely rebuilt. All the brakes work right now. You got bias on here. We have a rod in the top of the box over here, right over here, or it might be in the trailer. That'll move the pedal from here to here, I think. So it's just a matter of loosening a couple nuts, unscrew the, pull this pin out, right? Unscrew, yeah. Put another rod on, move the pedals. This one here, all you got to do is move the throttle is clamped down. So you just loosen up this lock collar, move this down, take the pedal out. Everything moves real quick, real easy. The nut bar is also done the same way as back here. We like doing this on our karts. We use a chassis tuning bar clamp. So the bottom of it, I'll get you right on in there. That bottom part is welded to the cross tube on the chassis, and then it's cut. And we put the clamp on so we can quickly adjust the height of the steering wheel, and just like the pedals, for different drivers. Because we built this go-kart basically from a bunch of stuff we had laying around the garage, laying around up on the shelves up here, right? We built it so we could put sprint kart guys in a lay-down kart that didn't go 150 miles an hour and put their life in jeopardy, but just so they could get an idea of what we deal with from the point of view of laying down compared to sitting up, exactly. And how much different it is, and two, how much more difficult it is to drive a lay down at speed than it is a sprint kart. You know, like I said, the tie rods are new, heim joints are new. Everything that you see here that you had to put on is new. Axle was new, bearings were new, cassettes and everything was new. So I don't know. Later on, when you see all the wheels and tires and stuff we got up here, if you want to buy this thing and you want extra wheels, tires, whatever, we can throw it all in, dude. We'll throw it all in. We'll give you a great deal. Something like this. The way it sits right here, $500. You can't buy a yard cart for $500.
Exactly.
Okay, you can't. If you don't want the motor, okay, I'll take that off and I'll take $300 for the roller. Okay, you can't get a go-kart for $300, man, with 4 corners and brakes on it and steering that all work. So, but we want people to use this stuff. I mean, get it out there. I mean, hey, if you want to cut it in half, take 3 feet out the middle, weld it back together, and run around your backyard. I don't care what you do with it. We need the room. So there you go. That's the 4-stroke. Check out. We took pictures. If you got any questions, just leave them in the in the comments below on the YouTube channel, or we're going to put this video on Facebook. We're going to put all the videos on Facebook, probably on our RPM page. So if you're not following the RPM Speed Sport page, do it, man, and you'll get all these videos. That's it. That's what we got. And we got. Listen, I'll even throw in the old school gauge, baby. It's 58 degrees, 59 degrees at waist high out here in China Township, and 60 degrees.
In the garage.
In the garage.
It's 90.
Yeah, it's super humid outside. You know why it's nice and cool in here? Because we got 5,000 gallons of water in the back room that's keeping this place
nice and cool.
Nice and cool. That's the 4-banger. What do you think, you folks? Who's gonna line up?
It'd be a perfect starter.